Hello grapplers and welcome to a new video. Jaime is a pretty fun character. If you decide to play Jaime, all power to you. The character is not really that strong in Street Fighter 6 and, well, he received some changes, so we're gonna talk immediately about the changes. But now that I'm rereading all these things that I wrote over here, I feel some of them are just very random. The good stuff, definitely one of the best things he has right now is that he can combo this into level 3. That's just fantastic overall. Very good stuff. And the OD version, you can cancel into super level 2. Both of them really opened his combo potential, and even though it might not be optimal to go for the Rekas, you can still be in situations like you have drink level 1 for example, and you poked with standing medium kick and you connect the Reka. You can let it rip and go into the super level 3, and you have a big enough time to recognize that the third hit connected. The regular version, if you hit someone with only the second part, I believe, it's gonna be more scale than normal, which is curious. It has a 20% scaling. The OD version is a little bit more interesting in this sense. It scales 25% during the first and second hits, so this is overall always gonna be scaled. And in combos, the second hit scales at 20%. Most of the time, any combo into OD wreckers into super level 3 is gonna be way too scaled for you to actually go into it. There's another thing they added, and that the travel distance between drinks level 1 and 3 for Rekas is better. Not drink level 0. That's something to consider. So if you have drink level 0, this can whiff sometimes. It's very specific, but I think if you hit with a deep crouching medium kick, you can whiff. But from drink level 1 onwards, this is gonna be pretty much guaranteed. You can always go for drinks. I feel maybe the Reka change is probably one of the best things he has. Talking about really good things, crouching heavy punch. 8 frames now, from 9 frames. It also creates a different pushback when you hit someone with this as an anti-air. It's not like huge, but it's noticeable. The most important thing is that it's 8 frames. Very easy to combo from command grab. And now this combo is way better. And you can go into something like that for huge damage. Remember that the command grab unlocks at drink level 3, so you can do it from here. Pretty good damage, and you can also go for, if you want, the back high. He had a weird issue. I never noticed this. Maybe because I'm not a Jaime main, but if you walked back previously, he would slow down, which is strange. Now he has the regular motion, the regular speed, and this is overall a pretty good thing, so you can escape certain situations where your normals would not reach. I will go into the weird changes, the mid ones. They're trying to fix the inconsistencies of Jaime, but I don't know if they're going in the right route with this. First of all, we have the arrow kick, the DP. 3 active frames to the light version, added of course, and he recovers faster. He still recovers in like 50 something frames, so this basically means nothing for you. You're not gonna notice the difference. It's only 3 frames, you're gonna get the drink, you're still gonna be super minus. You were never punishable anyways due to the blowback distance of the DP. The heavy and medium have 2 extra active frames, and you recover for 2 frames faster. Same thing. I don't think this affects anything. This is still probably the worst DP in the game. There's so much to be done with this DP, absolutely awful at everything that is anti-airing, so I don't think this is gonna change anything. You have the medium and heavy swagger step, which is the palm, a little bit more blowback time when hitting with the medium and heavy version in the air. This is another thing that sounds really cool, but the blowback was already pretty good anyways. You're not gonna see much of a difference. You're still gonna take 1 drink as you were before. I don't think this creates any kind of situation that changes how you use the swagger step. And the OD version has the collision push back upwards from frame 4 till the end of the active frames. Probably for consistency when you get it as an air double after super level 3 for example. I was not dropping this combo after super level 3, so I don't know, but it is better technically. Now we'll go into the back high, the changes. The light back high that you unlock at drink level 2. The light version has additional hitbox during the 3rd and 4 hits. Combo only. Basically, air combos. And the heavy version is times 25. This is, I don't know, man. I mean, Jaime has such a huge issue dealing with fireballs that I really don't know if this makes any difference. If you're playing Jaime, you know that your defense against fireballs is basically perfect parrying, and sometimes you go into this, and if you get the hit, or you don't, you might go into super level 2, but that's it. I don't really think this is changing anything. And talking about not changing much, standing heavy kick, boom. Now it's +3. You can get a +4 if you're far from over here, I think. This is another change that I don't know if it's significant for Jaime. The way you use this thing is to whiff punish and to get a punish counter. Besides that, this is just a long poke that you use here and there because it's 15 frames. You're gonna use it, of course. Same with forward heavy kick. This is my final group of changes. The first one is standing heavy punch. They expanded the collision upwards a little bit. This is for not whiffing this as a combo ender. Or as a combo filler. Sometimes you go into, I don't know, this combo sometimes. And you want to do it. Something like this. That was not the perfect standing heavy punch, but you can get that standing heavy punch the first 2 hits and maybe then go into DP. It is more consistent, but I don't think it changes that much. I don't think that was the right solution for this. I believe maybe they really wanted something out of that. The Yoko of the last hit could be better. I don't know. The other thing that is weird is the standing medium punch. Let me talk about the standing medium punch a little bit. I mentioned this in my Jaime video, but the standing medium punch is such a weird button for Jaime. If you want to frame trap people, you're +2 from an 8 framer. So that means that's your frame trap. If you're over here, that's your frame trap. And the pushback is insane. This is a long pushback from a medium that is supposed to be +2. So you're not gonna go crazy with this button unless the opponent is overly respecting you. It's a very situational poke. The way they change it is to be +6 on hit compared to the +5 he had before. I don't think this necessarily changes anything because previously if you could get, I don't know, as a counter hit, instead of that +8 you would be +7, so no matter what you do, if you're here, you're still gonna get the crouching medium kick. That's the combo you were getting before. You only have 1 extra frame, and you might think that that extra frame really changes the way you go for frame traps or anything or combos with Jaime, but that's not the case. This was still +10 or +9, so you would naturally, +9 because you would combo naturally into crouching heavy punch. And since this is now 8 frames instead of 9, the combo didn't change at all. You still do this thing if you want, it doesn't really matter. I'm not really sure why they decided to make this an extra frame, to give it an extra frame to make it +6. I guess it's for comboing into this, but you have crouching medium punch. You have to be so close to reach. So this is basically not really a thing. Standing medium kick, probably his best poke overall. I do feel forward heavy kick is a little bit underrated, but the standing medium kick, is probably the best poke he has. And it changed in a weird way. I would say overall it was nerfed, because the only buff it got was to be a 9 framer. Recovery is extended by 1 frame, 18, but more importantly, the hurtbox was pushed, the hurtbox of the body was moved forward during the last active frame till the end of the recovery, and that makes this button one of the easiest buttons to whip punish now. They clearly don't want strong pokes, quote unquote, because some characters still have really good standing heavy kicks or crouching medium kicks. They clearly don't want Jaime to have this button. My counter argument to that is that while this was pretty good, it was not like impossible to whip punish. You needed the Jaime knowledge. This basically eliminates that. If you see someone doing this, you can basically push your crouching medium kicks and crouching heavy kick and get a punish counter very easily. This somewhat destroys the poking game of Jaime, because even though I said this is underrated, it is still a 16 frame move that is -3, I believe. Yeah, -3 on block, and your other option is this. On block it didn't change, it's still -5. And what else do you have? Standing heavy punch, -3. So his poking game clearly is worse, and that is, well, not a good thing if you're a Jaime player, because your combo, this was your go-to for almost everything. I believe expanding the hurtbox was not necessarily a bad thing, but they didn't give anything to the button but 1 less frame. And this is echoes back to what happened with Zangief and Headbutt. He got like a +8 from Headbutt when they started nerfing the damage, and those changes, I believe they're more like, yeah, we're gonna try to give you something. We're absolutely destroying your button, but we're gonna try to give you something here, some breadcrumbs. And crouching medium punch, in my opinion, the worst crouching medium punch 6 framer in the game. Now it is objectively the worst one. It recovers now in 15 frames from 13 to 15, and they did a weird thing with the hurtbox. It is expanded to be around the feet of Jaime from, say, frame 16 to 17 when the attack misses. That means a little bit of the active frames. They removed the hurtbox around the feet when you hit someone between the frames 16 and 17. So I believe this is for consistency, maybe some trade combos. I'm not really sure exactly what they were doing with this button. I really don't know how to describe this. The target combo, this one, when you get ring level 1 upwards, is now -1 instead of being -2. I don't even know what to say about this. I have no clue why they decided to make it -1 or -2 even. You don't stop this combo. You always go into something. DP for the double dash, or if you have back high, you're going to back high. Can you do the same thing? Double dash, or a forward jump in the corner. That's not gonna change. You still, and since this is a target combo, you'll see that if you do it like this, you're not gonna be plus. Because the last hit is still gonna be -1. I'm gonna go back to what I said. Jaime is one of the coolest characters in this game. If you decide to main Jaime, that's fantastic. I think he's so fun. You're probably gonna play a different kind of Street Fighter 6 compared to other characters, with a few exceptions like Zangief, who really plays differently too. Are these changes gonna be important to the overall experience of Jaime? I'm not really sure. The only two ones I do feel change Jaime significantly are the Rekka changes into supers for the crouching heavy punch. Everything else for me is a mix between okay ideas to I have no clue what they're trying to do. I'm a horrible Jaime player. I suck with this character. In my opinion, I think he's probably overall the same. I'm pretty sure the comment section is going to include some really good Jaime players that are going to correct me. As always, take care of yourselves. Keep playing grapplers. If you really like this video, please subscribe. Bye bye.